It's a true shame that they can't see that. Hey everybody, Colton here, and this one comes to us from Justin. Justin writes, did you see that Judith Hoag from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was supposed to be coming back for the Last Ronin movie before it was canceled by Paramount? I'm even more pissed now with the confirmation that we were going to get a continuation of that original TMNT universe, and now they're taking it away from us. All right, yeah, let's talk about that. And look, it hasn't been officially canceled, but to your point, it's not looking good. So The Last Ronin, I was in the room at CinemaCon in Vegas when they announced The Last Ronin at the Paramount panel. And I remember just being a little like dumbfounded, like in a good way. I was like, they're actually gonna do it. They're actually gonna do The Last Ronin, and they said they're gonna do it rated R. I was just shocked that they were actually gonna do it, because it's something that I'm sure many others have been asking for, to do like a live action gritty TMNT movie and adapt The Last Ronin. And another thing that I personally had been wanting, apart from the Ronin thing, like I thought, yeah, do the Ronin thing, but I thought it'd be cool if they did a continuation of the 1990s TMNT movie. Yeah, we got 2 and 3, and you know, they are what they are, but that original TMNT movie, that movie has such a special place in my heart, and I'm sure in many of your hearts as well. And the thing about that movie is you could do one that takes place in the 90s, because it's all guys in costumes, right? So you could do another live action practical costume. Hell, you could even do CGI if you wanted to, or maybe like a hybrid. That would be cool. Do the practical suits and then do like the CGI hybrid, maybe to help with the mouth moving and the eyes and stuff. But then again, that movie, what it was able to do at the time with those costumes, so innovative. Anyway, I've wanted to see that. Like, you don't have to set it in present day. You could set it in the 90s or the early 2000s, and you could tell more stories with those Ninja Turtles. So now hearing that they were planning, with this confirmation from Judith Hoag that she was in talks to return. She, of course, played April O'Neil in those first 2 TMNT live action movies. It sounds like they were going to have this Last Ronin movie not be like this vague Elseworld story where one of the Ninja Turtles, who the general audience knows the general backstory of, and yes, the Ronin ends up being Michelangelo. And for those of you who don't know the story, I'm sorry, I should have said this off the top. The Last Ronin is essentially, it takes place in the future. The other turtles are dead, and the only one left is Michelangelo, of all people, the funny guy. And he has just become like this absolute, like, badass dark warrior. And we see him dealing, with the aftermath of, his brothers being dead and whatnot. So that's Last Ronin. I could say a lot more, but that's the general gist of it. It's very dark, very gritty, very rated R, very violent, kind of, harkening back to the original, like, black and white TMNT comics before they got more cartoonized. Cartoonized, is that a word? So anyway, it's cool that they were actually looking at not only bringing back that universe, instead of just saying it's like some vague Elseworld story, they were actually going to say, hey, well, we've got this beloved TMNT franchise from the 90s where when the Turtles were in their youth and kind of in their prime, we could say that that movie is like a loose canon, and that's the history that this Michelangelo is now living in. That sounds awesome. And bringing back April, who had such a special relationship with really all the Turtles, but really with Raphael and with Michelangelo especially, had a very special relationship with him. That would have been awesome. And to Justin's point, this is awesome news, but it just makes it all the more, it makes it sadder now, knowing that Skydance and the Ellisons and their brilliance have decided to put that movie on hold. Oh, and they want to buy Warner Brothers, right? They have a gold mine of stuff, over at Paramount. But no, we're not going to focus on doing really cool, bold moves with Paramount. We're too focused on trying to acquire Warner Brothers. Oh, but what's that? We have this cool Ninja Turtle movie we're planning on doing. Let's scrap that and do instead. Now, what they're planning to do is pivot and do yet another live action CGI hybrid in the vein of Sonic. I believe even the Sonic director is attached to it. And hey, the Sonic movies, my nephews love them, and I hear that, they're good. I'm not a big Sonic guy, and I haven't seen the movies, but I hear they're pretty good. So that's, fine, but why? You just did that, with Transformers guy. Michael Bay just did one, and those weren't good. Those weren't received well. Didn't capture the audience or anything, didn't capture our pop culture. But you know what did was the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. It caught not only the adult audience and the fans of that franchise, but also the kids as well. And it's an animated film, and that was a beloved movie. And they need to do more sequels to that movie. So I thought, wow, this is perfect. You've got that animated franchise going on right now that's super successful, so good. Do more of those that appeal to the four quadrant, appeal to the family, appeal to the kids, appeal to the nerd, appeals to everybody. And you're scratching that itch for the family movie, the kid movie for the Ninja Turtles, which of course you need to do. But then that also leaves open, well, hey, while we're doing an animated Ninja Turtles franchise, let's use this as an opportunity to also do like a fun, like kind of for the fans, not targeted at kids necessarily. And again, if you had to pick between one from a business perspective, you do the one that is kid friendly because it's the Ninja Turtles. But if they're doing that, also you can also go do this R-rated Ronin movie that could get like serious critical acclaim if handled right, and could be something that could have great success. And just the story is there in the nostalgia era we're in for that period in time when that 90s movie came out. All of the pieces were falling into place, and with the actress who played April willing to come back, and God, it would have been perfect. Yet for some reason, they're putting that on hold, shelving it, and they're going to do another family-friendly, kid-friendly, CGI, live-action, hybrid Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie at the same time as they're doing the animated movies, which are really great and deserve to kind of have that stage to themselves, I think. But nope. Can't give them that breathing room. And when I say have that stage to themselves, and I'm also advocating for the Ronin movie, it's because, yeah, they're targeted at two completely separate audiences. This live action hybrid movie is going to be targeted at the exact same audience. Why do that? Why diminish your current franchise and your current version of the Turtles that you're trying to get the audience to, fall in love with and be invested in, and then introduce a complete other version of them and have those movies coming out simultaneously? When you had the opportunity to keep doing your anime, I keep wanting to say there's nothing wrong with saying cartoon, but I feel like some people think that's dismissive. I loved that movie, Mutant Mayhem. But you have the animated film that you could continue doing, and then go do that live action R-rated movie that for The Last Ronin that could have just been absolutely brilliant. And yeah, it's a true shame that they can't see that. But I'm not surprised. Not surprised that the brain trust over there at Skydance, who now owns Paramount, is making a stupid-ass decision. It doesn't surprise me at all. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this news. Very disappointing. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you think there's still a chance in hell that this will happen? I certainly hope so. All right. Thanks so much for the question. If you want to see your question possibly featured right here on the show, you can submit it at AskColtonNow@gmail.com. address down in the description below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Love ya. Bye.